Today is July 11th, 2025, and today we are meeting Oriyah. Oriyah came through April 9th, 2022 at 4:26:54 p.m. Again on the tails, just days after our last transmission, and the last beings we've met, MIAH and Nihala, who we will take a quick look at here now to refresh our memories. So the beings are coming through more rapidly now in steady sequence. At this point in the year 2022, a few years after the work began, I'm working with the crystal more consistently. The urge to do so, is impeding upon me, moving me forward. And I'm beginning to wonder if I can, I'll use this word loosely, channel the beings through, receive the transmissions on a daily, regular basis. So although I'm not doing this quite yet, it's about to happen, where I put myself to the test and see if I can bring through a being a day for 30 consecutive days. I'll just mention here briefly that upon giving myself this task, I indeed am able. And from that point, move forward here, receiving the transmissions at an accelerated pace. Now, Oriyah, this is the second transmission from Oriyah. Her first transmission, which we won't see here today, was quite veiled, although the eyes came through very clearly. We'll mention that she has striking green eyes, and this seems to be a common trait with the dragons and dragon reptilians that come through, the green eyes. Let's see, Oriyah. Well, she's not just a dragon. She's the only example to date of a being who has reached out for contact that is a plumed dragon. There's one reason that her plumed features came through and rendered more clearly in the frame. And that's because when I sat down with the crystal on this day, I was moved to go into the crystal for one of the first times from the top, from the tip of the crystal down through the crystal. So Oriyah came up from the bottom, looking up toward the tip as I'm looking down through the crystal from my own direction. And at the tip of my crystal, there is a crackling at the top. And this helped her plume come through, be rendered in more detail. So this is interesting, an interesting feature we will really emphasize here in this segment. Now, the dragon species, there's many races of dragons and species of dragon. And although I connect more directly, more immediately, more magically with the magical realm, where I've sort of gone into this before in the past. It's where I perceive 9D as meeting 1D, the elemental realm meeting the completion dimension for our universe. Something along this line. Sort of like that representation of the snake eating its tail, where the beginning and the end, the alpha and omega meet. I experience this space as the magical realm, and the dragons are one such being who reach out to me through this realm, as are the unicorn, and who I have met, who I have a black unicorn friend in this realm who I periodically find myself in conscious contact with in the out-of-body state. But going back to Oriyah, yes, she is a plumed dragon, most specifically And we'll see, let's take a little look at a small slideshow of representations of other such dragons. The first to come through was Oriyah, who we'll take a quick look at here. He's come through a variety of times in a variety of different ways. He seems well very powerful, but also very friendly. He's fun. To my heart goes into the frame when I go into connect with Oriyah. And let's see, there's also Encore. Encore was a rendering request for someone, a striking gentleman in his own right, and it didn't surprise me in the slightest when I see that we connect at the Dragon Kingdom. So, coming back to Oriyah, she's a plumed dragon with green eyes. Her colorings are in the brown and cream spectrum, and the scales glisten in a white-violet hue. We can see this white-violet hue at her forehead, at her awareness center, or third eye, as some would say. We can see a crystal-like shape and an eminence coming from this, which is actually in this frame, third eye transmission. She's sending a message. She's sending a message, a collective message, let's say, out to everyone, which contains information that allows us to open our own awareness center. But also there is a discrete, more private opening in here for those who wish. So you can take your gaze into this frame and practice a talk and open a direct line of communication with Oriyah, in which you can receive more personalized communications. So it's just a stunning feature of this particular transmission in its overall sense. So just this brief segment today, and meeting again a dragon species. We did get to meet Oriyah here in a previous segment. I do tend to link the dragons in with the greater reptilian collective. And we've done a previous segment, that one's titled Guruk, in which I show our Oriyah, but you can also see more examples, if you wish, of other reptilian beings in that particular segment. I'll go ahead and link to that in the show notes to this. And for now, we'll just move forward here. And while I recede, those of you who wish can connect for a moment with Oriyah. And if you wish, practice your tritak, your unblinking gaze, taking that into the white-violet hue you see at her brow, and see if you can't receive for yourself your own direct communique. Okay. This was Oriyah. We will be back again soon with the next being.